Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the trope Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second. I'm here. Give me a second. We are here. Let's put something on here for y'all while I am trying to fix a interesting problem. How about putting this on real quick for you?
Tim Scott said last night that America is not a racist country. Do you agree with that? And what do you make of his warning against fighting discrimination with more discrimination?
I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your Vice President Kamala Harris, even though I didn't want to play that just yet. But hey, just a reminder that Kamala Harris and Senator Tim Scott, a Democrat and Republican, both said America is not a racist country. So if you're going to give smoke to Tim Scott, you better give smoke to Vice President Kamala Harris. Today is Monday, August the 5th. We are here and trucking along for the live stream. Now, we have switched over now to members only chat during the live stream. You're welcome to chat after the fact. If you would like to say, I want to participate in this, then you could join our memberships and you can participate with kind of troll free. Because the reason why we went to this, we did this, I think, over the weekend. We have found out that, and a lot of people have been talking about the DNC troll farming that we're seeing. All these shields are showing up on your channel like out of nowhere that you've never seen these people. They're just flooding. So I say, okay, all right, we know what they're trying to do. So this is what we'll do. We'll go to members only. So if they want to troll farm, they're going to have to do that, through the membership, right? And I may let them troll farm a little while through the membership. So if you're going to troll, then you're going to have to be a member to troll. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So in the spirit of Vice President Kamala Harris, I got to put my Kamala Harris devotional together now since I kind of got quite a few videos of her. Let's go ahead and cue her up, or maybe, I don't know, Super Mayor, I don't know. It depends on what mindset I am in right now. I like to always start off with something. So I'm gonna go ahead on and let me, forget it. Lisa say she like it that way. Yeah. That way we cut out the DNC troll farming. Let's go ahead on and let's just start off the week right with our Super Mayor. Then tomorrow, what I'll do, I have a Kamala devotional that I'm gonna put together, and that way we can add her in the bunch. So let's go it on and get our favorite mayor queued up on the line, and we'll get started.
Hey guys, it's Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work.
What is that?
No comment. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. So this is what it's all about, guys. They don't want a black person in power. They don't want a woman in power. You know, if you ain't seen that yet. And someone so young. Everybody gotta understand, God give you what you can handle. That's what God give you. He ain't gonna give you more than that. As long as you can stay the course, fight the fight, and keep going, that's what we're gonna do here at Thornton Township.
Clerk, what are you doing? You out of order. You out of order. Did I call the roll? Did I say call the roll? I'm still speaking. You're out of order, Clerk Key. You out of order, Clerk Key. Like, stop. Y'all out of order. Everybody want to run stuff. Y'all don't run this house over here. Stop, please.
So now you have to listen in order to learn. Remove her.
Go tell that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was our super mayor here. And all right. So let's go ahead and have a conversation. Georgetta, thank you for joining us on the members, Georgetta. We greatly appreciate that. And in the spirit of that, let's play our vice president.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
And do you know the Shields are now trying to spin that? Do you know they trying to spin that? That's interesting. That's why I said we're not going to have them. If they're going to do it, they're going to have to be a member to do it. All right. So you remember Vice President Kamala Harris had her rally in Atlanta. And in her rally in Atlanta, she brought out Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, do what Megan do. That's how she make her coins. Now, Megan do have a college education. That's for sure. But Megan has to dumb herself down in her music and go to the lowest common denominator in our community. Wildebeest Davenport, appreciate you for joining us on the memberships. And they have to go to the lowest common denominator in our community, okay? And booty shake and all that just to get us in here to think about voting. But they've been doing this, remember, to get the booty to the polls. Then the no voting, no bucking video that they had with Saucy Santana and Trina, okay? This is the outreach that they do to black Americans. So Trump had a rally in Atlanta, same city, where Trump brings out a young woman by the name of Michaelah Montgomery. I don't know if you heard about this young lady. She went to Clark, Atlanta University. So I think that's what she said. This young lady, I've seen her before. I think when Trump went to Chick-fil-A or whatever. Now she goes to, went to HBCU, and she tries to reach out to, the black students and things like that to tell them about, because she's on the other side of the aisle with it. She's, believe more in conservatism. So that's what she do over there. Now, at the Democrat rally, they're bringing out booty shaking, okay? Booty shaking is literally a Megan Thee Stallion concert. And if you watch those videos, people are actually leaving after Megan finished performing, if you actually watched the video, okay? So check this out. So I want to play some things that she said, and then I'll stop it and just kind of speak on some things. Now, of course, people automatically, and this would made me want to do this stream. I've seen the response of basically, as you see it in the title, black voters who just question, not vote, just question, ask questions about Democrats are labeled sellouts. So now we engaging in this again.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
That's what we're engaging in again, I see, with Vice President Kamala Harris. And then I also have a question. Ever since she entered the race, why we aren't talking about reparations no more? It's like reparations then flew out the window. Nobody's talking about reparations. The moment she got in there, Reparations went out the window, and now all the conversations about is she black or not. I noticed that. It's like everybody arguing about is she black or not, and we just need to be, let's be clear on that. We'll get to that, but we need to be talking about reparations. We need to be talking about the anti-black hate crime bill. I think all this discussing her ethnicity already, or what she identify as, or what she haven't identified as. I mean, we need to keep talking about that already. I think the jury is out on that. But let me cue up Michaelah here. Let's go ahead and cue her up. And we're going to stop it in certain places. And let's just go ahead and have a conversation here. And isn't it great, ladies and gentlemen who are members? You notice all the shields not in there just saying crazy things. Have you noticed that? It's beautiful, right? All right. So let's go ahead and cue this up.
We need to vote based on facts and not feelings. See, under Harris and Biden, the average Georgia household is losing $1,060 per month, and inflation is at 21.4%. And due to the war on energy, average gas prices have reached record highs for the state. We also did a poll, and 80% of us black Americans are not happy with the current state of the economy, so I'm going to need 80% of y'all to vote accordingly in November.
Let's stop right there. Okay, so right off the back, Michaelah brings statistics about black people and what they're dealing with in Georgia. Did Megan Thee Stallion bring any statistics to say what's going on with black people in Georgia? No, she brought her behind and her dancers to dance, but she was hired to do a job. So I'm not putting that all on Megan Thee Stallion. I'm actually putting it on Vice President Kamala Harris and specifically the Democrat Party for not respecting black voters enough to actually bring some statistics. Well, you know why they don't want to bring statistics? Because if you listen to that, who's been in charge for the past 4 years? The Biden-Harris administration. That's who's been in charge. So you really can't bring those numbers. And ladies and gentlemen, do you know what happened today? The stock market just went belly up today, and now the Federal Reserve is getting in emergency mode, talking about they're going to have to, lower rates because everything went crazy today. And I said, ooh, this is not good for Vice President Kamala Harris. And then what Trump come out saying? I told you it was going to happen. I told you. Biden and Harris with all their policies is going to mess up the stock market. Now, the stock market affects the globe, believe it or not, it do. Our economy affects the whole world. So when our stock market is down, the world stock market is down. There's a major sell-off today with recession fears. Why are we getting into recession fears now? Because the Biden and Harris administration and their policies, you're starting to really see it, and now it's about to put the country in a recession, okay? So, today I was on the road before I continued, was talking about a little girl. We have a lot of conversations. She's just 10. And I was watching some videos, so she was asking me some questions because I was listening to content where I'm going. And so she was like, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, baby, I said, so when you vote for something, I say, if somebody run for class president or whatever, would you vote for them just because of them, or you would vote for them because they're supposed to give you something? Which one would you vote for? He said, I would vote for them because they're going to give me something. And I say, so you just wouldn't vote for them for no reason? He said, no. Why would I do that? I said, oh, okay. I said, well, the reason why I asked you that question, I said, because there's a lot of people actually within our community that will vote for somebody and don't get nothing. Like they just vote for them just because. And she said, well, I don't understand that. He said, you're supposed to get something out of it, right? And I have this is my 10-year-old I'm talking to. I said, how is it that my 10-year-old is not sitting here with me every day learning what I'm learning or doing what I'm doing, but yet a 10-year-old child understands that you got to get something out of voting. And then after she kind of told me that, then we went into a conversation about, voting. And I even asked her a question about, if you vote for somebody, do you vote somebody just on color, or you vote somebody, what were they going to do for you? And she said, well, more so what they're going to do for me. You say, because color, yeah, I mean, it's more so what they're going to do for me. And she said, am I wrong? I said, no. I said, usually when people say that, I said, they want to kind of, somebody in our own community, right? I say, but if you don't have a person in our community who could do what's right, then what? Then I asked her, so if you vote for somebody, what should they do? She said, well, first they got to be a good person, and then they got to actually going to do something like for me if I'm going to vote for them or whatever. And I'm just listening to my 10-year-old, and I'm just like, I marveled at what my 10-year-old was telling me. And I'm sitting up here watching grown people who's 30, 40, and 50 years older than my 10-year-old daughter literally crash out that's not going to get nothing from the Democrat Party. They just want to vote on this woman's perceived color. That's why I believe more in the young people. Oh, Lord, I believe in y'all. Trust me, I believe in y'all a lot. Because some people, they just, I'll get to more of our conversation maybe later, because we had some great conversation today just on the road to my other daughter's house. But the Democrats, they don't respect black people enough to actually bring a black woman from Atlanta. I'm talking about a Democrat black woman who understand what's going on. They won't bring them because they have no wins. How could they bring a black woman or black man, for that instance, from Atlanta to talk about the great things of the Biden-Harris administration? What are you going to talk about? LGBT, unaliving children in the womb, and abortion. What does that benefit black people in Atlanta? It don't. It has no benefit for them in Atlanta. But let's continue. Let's continue.
They love me. They love me. They really love me. The left wants you to get in your feelings about things that have been said, but I want you guys to pay attention to what has been done. They don't want to talk policy. They just want to use propaganda to steal your vote. The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the black community, but all she's done is hurt the black community since she came into the game.
Now, is that true? Is Vice President Kamala Harris, has she been an asset to the black community? Has she? You know, you can ask, what's that brother named? Jamal Truelove. Has she been an asset to that brother? What about Matrice Richardson and Justice for Matrice Richardson? Has she been an asset to the Richardson family? The father of Matrice Richardson would disagree that Kamala Harris was not a asset to the black community. What about almost 2,000 black people that she jailed? Was she an asset to them? What about all the black people that she jailed under truancy and thought it was funny? Do y'all remember that video? You don't? Okay, hold on. I got something for you. If you forgot about how she laughed about truancy and thought it was funny to put black parents in jail, let's go ahead and cue this up real quick, just to remind you.
I would not be standing here were it not for the education I received. And I know many of us will say the same thing. And I believe a child going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco. And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my re-election race. But I said, look, I'm done. This is a serious issue, and I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it. And this is what we did. We recognized that in that initiative, as a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick. The school district has got a carrot. Let's work in tandem around our collective objective and goal, which is to get those kids in school. So, to that end, on my letterhead, now let me tell you something about my letterhead. When you're the DA of a major city in this country, usually the job comes with a badge. And there is often an artistic rendering of said badge on your stationery. So I sent a letter out on my letterhead to every parent in the school district, outlining the connection that was statistically proven between elementary school truancy, high school dropouts, who will become a victim of crime, and who will become a perpetrator of crime. We sent it out to everyone. A friend of mine actually called me and he said, Kamala, my wife got the letter. She freaked out. She brought all the kids into the living room, held up the letter, said, if you don't go to school, Kamala's gonna put you and me in jail. Yes, we achieved intended effect.
Yeah, you know what kind of person you have to be to laugh about that? put fear in people about going to prison? Does that really help the community? You're laughing about it. You're laughing about putting people in prison instead of saying, okay, if these kids are truant, what can we do to assist, to figure out what's going on? How can I use my position to help, not incarcerate, not put a record on somebody? But y'all expect this vice president, y'all expect her to be great for the community. Oh, I'm sorry, because she's black adjacent. So that's all the qualifications she needs. Let me tell you something. This is not 2008. They did that one time. It's not going to work twice. It's not. Me as a parent and just as a human being, you did that to strike fear in people and even put some black people in jail, some black mothers in jail. But that's funny to her, right? That's funny. Okay. And I guess that's her track record of helping the black community, right? That's her track record. Or what about her? She kept more people in prison longer to the point that the judge had to say you got to let them out so they can keep doing slave labor in the prison. You understand? But it's okay. She's an AKA. It don't matter. Ski wee, right? It don't matter. It don't matter what her record is. If she did this as a DA, what in the hell you think she gonna do with a DOJ? And you gotta remember, it was Democrats that mass incarcerated us. Joe Biden, he picked her for a reason. He picked her for a reason. Let's get back. Let's get back. Corey Smith, thank you for joining us here on the live stream.
See, the first step in destroying the black community is to dismantle the black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about black families? I wonder if Mrs. Willie Brown, a black woman, is also with her.
Now, a lot of people has focused on that, and yes, that's Kamala's history, and she decided to be a side chick to downtown Willie Brown. Well, in my opinion, there were a lot of good and upstanding black women in California who deserved the DA position, who deserved to be attorney general, and also who deserved to be a senator and actually had a good track record. Let me tell you something. Your character precedes you, okay? If you're going to pick somebody, I know she was grown, she do what she want to do, but it's not about what she chooses to do with her body. I know downtown Willie Brown was married. He was completely wrong, right? But that's still your overall character. The things that you would do, you're not respecting yourself. You knew downtown Willie Brown was married. This is a character issue. I don't care if she was a side chick. It's the character issue, and that character will precede you everywhere you're going, okay? Even if you laid up with Doug, and look what kind of man you pick. A man that sat up here, cheated on his wife with a nanny, got the woman pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, so your picking is not even too well. He's not really an upstanding man that you could say. And then somebody had posted about the State of the Union address when Dr. Jill Biden went up to him. She kissed this man on the lips. What woman you know would allow their husband to kiss another woman on the lips? I'm like, and he did that way too easy. I'm a married man. I would never even think about that. No. But vote blue no matter who. Let's continue.
A few days ago, President Trump said he didn't know Vice President Harris was a black woman. I'm trying to figure out what all the outrage is about because she's only black when it's time to get elected. Did I lie? The same black people who are mad at Trump for being confused about her race, ethnicity, nationality, whatever, are seemingly forgetting that while you're touting her as a savior for black people, she identifies as an Asian woman. She chose her side and it wasn't ours. When asked if she would ever do anything specifically for black people, she said no. Whereas Trump gave us the Platinum Plan, which specifically uplifted the black community by increasing capital by almost $500 billion, creating 500,000 new black businesses, and would give black churches the ability to fight for federal resources for their communities.
let's talk about this platinum plan. And we can revisit the platinum plan in the stream if you would like. You remember when Ice Cube was out here talking about the contract with Black America? And you remember he wanted to talk to Trump and he wanted to talk to Biden and Senator Kamala Harris. At the time, they just said that, especially Kamala got on the Zoom call and she said, look, I'll talk to you, but it's on the Zoom call with a bunch of other people, right? Well, Ice Cube said, I don't want to be on a Zoom call with a bunch of other people. I want to talk to y'all directly, talk to Biden directly, right? Well, Biden told him, well, yeah, I'll talk to you, but after the election. Donald Trump was the only one that actually had a conversation with Ice Cube to listen about what he was saying about the contract with Black America. Every time Ice Cube was trying to take a stand for Black America, he was attacked over and over and over again. Boule Martin attacked Ice Cube, attacked that brother. Ice Cube has had a solid history of standing up for Black people. Y'all really need to go look at his work, his body of work from NWA all the way up. He always was solid for Black people. Y'all got to remember, he used to walk around with the Fruit of Islam with him for protection. His first solo album was what? America's Most Wanted with 3 Ks. You understand what I'm saying? Ice Cube was trying to step out of his celebrity to fight for y'all. And he went on there to cocktails with queens and these women just eviscerated Ice Cube. He said, contract with Black America. He said, yeah, but what about the Black woman? He'd say, aren't you part of Black America? No, it needs to be separate, something separate that went on this feminist crap, which has harmed our community. And after all that attacks that Ice Cube went through to try to help Black people, because he didn't have to do it. Ice Cube got his money. He had his movies. He had his music. He didn't have to step out of no comfort or anything to try to do anything for the likes of some of you. And after he went through all that for y'all, some of y'all was calling Ice Cube a sellout. A sellout. Ice Cube. He risked his Hollywood career for y'all. And I'm not saying you who watching, but you know who I mean when I say y'all. He risked it. And y'all sit up here and say y'all rather go with a guy that told you that you not Black if you don't vote for him over your brother Ice Cube. You know what kind of message a lot of you have sent? Hey, don't risk your money. Don't risk your career. Don't risk anything for them, because at the end of the day, they are vote blue no matter who. They're in a cult, and there's nothing you could really do to penetrate that cult. They're going to attack you. They're going to ruin you. They're going to call you a sellout. They're going to do all kind of things to you. They're going to say you've been paid by Trump. They're going to say you've been paid by the Republicans. They're going to say all kind of things about you. So why would you even risk your career for them people? Why? Just get your bag, get your money, take your wife, your kids, do you live a good life, but then you be the same people. They be like, well, they making all this money, but they don't want to help out their community. But when they try to help out their community, they're attacked because they don't agree with the Democrat Party. Let me tell you something. I remember the Democrat Party of the 80s and the Democrat Party of the 90s. This Democrat Party is not that. If you go back and look at the way the people in the Democrat Party, even Black people, back in that time period talk, you would call them MAGA. Those of you who say that, you would literally call them MAGA. There's a video of Barbara Jordan I just saw, and boy, she was going in about immigration. You would call her MAGA. Former U.S. Representative Barbara Jordan. But let's continue.
Strong borders aren't a thing literally everywhere else in the world. Since when has being patriotic been a crime? See, a few weeks ago at the debate, Trump mentioned Black jobs. And a lot of people got in an uproar as if they didn't know what he meant. Well, we go to the polls and cast our Black vote. We go to the stores and spend our Black dollar. We live in our Black community, but for whatever reason, we draw the line at a Black job. but wait, because if you're wondering what a black job is, please, I encourage you all to drive through Atlanta at all these beautiful black-owned businesses and check and see who works there. Probably a black person working for a black entrepreneur, recycling the black dollar, creating black generational wealth.
Now, let's get into that real quick. She was right. We always talk about, black, economic empowerment, the black community. We talk about black health. We talk about black wealth. We talk about all those things. But yes, the Democrats, what they trying to do about the black job thing, they need you outraged. Because if they can outrage you on something Trump said, then they're like, ooh, we got him. So when Trump said black jobs, they were like Birdman. They were doing this. Oh, yeah, we can use this. Because if we can just get them angry, y'all don't have to understand. They want you angry. They want you emotional because they know you will vote for them like this off of anger and emotion. They know this. They're not going to bring you a policy where you could be calm, cool, and collect. Say, listen, black people, this is a policy. This is why you need to vote for us, because they have no policy for you. They have no policy for me. Only thing they have is racism. That's it. That's all they have. Hey, he's racist. You better vote for me because, you don't want that racist to get in there. But wait a minute, you're racist too. Who's more the racist? You're saying you're not going to do nothing specifically for black people, but the same Kamala's at AIPAC talking about what she's going to do for them. But with us, we can't get anything. What's more racist? Don't fall for these people talking about that black job crap. That's stupid at this point. We need black jobs. You talking about we're not being mentioned. Okay, what black job that Kamala talking about we going to get? What hey, I want black people to have black jobs. I want them to have black businesses, black healthcare centers, black grocery stores, black farms. We need black engineers, black architects, black plumbers, black HVAC, black CDL truck drivers. We need all that. The Democrats not even mentioning us like that. And we still on Policy Watch. If you want to know, let's go. Let's get back to Policy Watch, y'all. Policy Watch, starting Monday, Policy Watch. Let me refresh this page. We on Policy Watch. Policy Watch. All right, let's go to Policy Watch. Let's get it. Let's get it. Where we at? Policy Watch. Boom. Here we go. All right, Policy Watch for Monday. We're on the website of KamalaHarris.com. Has anything changed? Give me some money. The same thing. Nothing has changed up here. One thing has changed. I'll let y'all know what the change is. We're just telling you donate, whatever, fine, right? But this one has changed. Well, they look like they put the pictures back. The pictures were gone earlier. So, and that's her mama. And y'all have to understand, when people talk about her ethnicity and color, she was raised underneath an Indian household. She wasn't raised with that Jamaican father, right? She was raised with her mother. She went to India and all of that. She was raised culturally Indian, not culturally Jamaican. Okay? Of course, reproductive, as you see. Nothing has changed. Doug, and getting the nanny pregnant, Doug. All right, cool. So nothing has changed too much on this website. So let's get back with it. So that was Policy Watch for the night. Nothing's been updated with anything. All right. So let's get back over here to Michaelah.
If they come here illegally and they're taking your jobs and your resources, then please believe my cousins in the Appalachians, they coming for you too. And y'all know Kamala Harris has yet to say Laken Riley's name. As border czar, she opened the border to millions of illegal immigrants that have flooded American streets with deadly drugs and gangs that have spiked overdoses by over 124% and brought more crime into minority communities. So how's that for black folks? But let's take race out of it. Just as a woman, period. How can you be a champion for women's rights when you're taking away opportunities from biological women and giving them to transgendered ones? because I wasn't done. See, how can you promote equity for women and you're allowing men to play in women's sports? And what kind of feminist would still allow men to enter their sacred spaces, i.e. our bathrooms and school locker rooms?
All right, so that's the last part. Now, they changed it. Is it Title IX? They just changed it where if you block trans women from entering girls' sports in a lot of high schools and things like that, that they can lose some federal funding. This is underneath the Biden administration. And they didn't consult women. They didn't say, let's vote on this. Vice President Kamala Harris, she's a woman, and yet she didn't say anything about this. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the Biden-Harris administration. Understand what I'm saying? So let's get to identity. Then we're going to get to a conversation I had with some black Republicans actually yesterday. Interesting conversation. So let's go ahead on and stop arguing about her identity. Her identity is just clear. She was raised as an Indian woman. She went to India several times. She talked about this. She's with her grandfather, grandmother, her parents. Even on her high school yearbook, she said her inspiration was her mother. The father was not there with her all the time like that. She was not raised culturally Jamaican, okay? She was not raised that way. Well, she went to HBCU, don't matter. She was not culturally raised even as a Jamaican woman. She was culturally raised as an Indian woman, and that's fine. But all before, you identified yourself as an Indian American. The first Indian American for this, the first Indian American for that. This is why it really didn't bother you to put black children in or black parents in jail. It didn't bother you what happened to Matrice Richardson because you didn't really feel that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, the reason why I know why people say, well, I want somebody to look like me. A lot of times we say symbolism, but really what we want is somebody that's in there that has empathy and sympathy for us. Okay, you come from our community, so you get it. So that means let me vote for you because you're going to get it because you're a black person. You get about the justice system. You get it about the police. You get it about how they treat us in court. You get it because you're a black person. That's really what the mindset really is, not just a color thing, but you're supposed to get it. But what the Democrats do is that they know that you want somebody to be in there that's going to be sympathetic and empathetic to what we go through. So they'll give you the color, but they won't give you the person that's who is going to be. You understand? They're going to be white as snow in the inside and white in the mind, but they may have the color of black people on the outside. You understand? They are Uncle Ruckuses a lot of times in their mind and in their heart, but they got the color. Sure, they can maybe speak your language. They can make sing a song, Barack Obama, but in the end, they're white in the mind and white in the heart, and they're not a threat to white supremacy. You understand? So I get why people say I would like people that look like me because of that, because other groups of people, if you see, when they get their people in there, their people champion their causes. But it's something about these black folk, or whether they quarter black or something, they want to make sure that they are white in the mind, white in the heart, and they're not going to do a thing for black people, and they're not going to punish the folks. That's like a requirement if you are this skin color to get in politics for sure. I would say both parties. I won't put it all on the Democrats. I would say both parties. I think you can do more for black people on the local level, in my opinion. I think you could, versus that national party. I think if you become a city council person, or you become a mayor, or you become a justice of the peace, or do something locally, I think you could really make, because we have a lot of towns with black people, and you can make a big difference in your local community. Because sometimes that national election ain't crap, be honest with you. We don't, this real talk, we don't even get to select the president. The Electoral College do. I'm not lying about it. The popular vote does not select the president. The electors, they don't tell you who they are. They're secret. And they don't have to vote with the people say. You can say, oh, well, this person run 32 electoral votes. All 32 of them don't have to vote with the state. They can say, I don't feel that. I want to vote for this one. Now, people say they want to make a change in America. Of course, with the Electoral College, you're going to have to make a change where it's going to have to literally be a constitutional amendment. I personally believe the Electoral College needs to go. I think it should be the popular vote. Just like when you vote for your senators, your congresspeople, your mayor, your governor, etc. It's a popular vote. But then the folks say, well, that means the cities or the big states are going to make a choice in the election. No. Because not everybody votes like that anyway. Even if they did, it's supposed to be in a quote-unquote democracy. It's supposed to be all the people vote, and whoever get the majority of the votes become the president, and that's really how it has to work. So I would say to the younger people, because listen, these older people you're talking about that's holding these seats, in the next 5 to 10 years, a lot of them not going to be here no more. I promise you they're not. Life is going to catch up with a good portion of them. And now it's going to be the young people's turn to change, put in constitutional amendments, alter things, or whatever. But we need to do things that's going to benefit the people and not harm the people, right? Now, let me get to a conversation I had with some black Republicans yesterday. So I was talking to these brothers, and these black Republicans I was talking to, both of them were actually in the Divine Nine. Both of them came from two different fraternities. And so I was just talking to him about, just asking him, how it is being in the Republican Party. And, we agreed on certain policies. But this is what I told him. I say, brothers, let me tell you why I could never join the Republican Party. Let me tell you why. I say, even though I agree with some policies in the Republican Party, I said, first of all, it's two reasons. One, I don't want to be tied to a party, because you're tied to a party, then they expect something out of you to go that way. You can't think for yourself. I say, why would we go from the Democrats and then run to the Republicans? I say, that's number one. I said, number two, all of you both know is sitting here. You got a rabid white supremacist wing in the Republican Party. We got to be honest. I'm saying, that part of the party is there. And if I run up on one of them, it's going to be a problem, because I'm not biting my tongue to them. And I cannot be in a party where you got people like that. No, I'd rather be myself politically independent. And the Democrats got people like that too now. It's on both parties. Let's just keep it real. It's not like the liberal is an angels and, oh, they so great. No, because Malcolm X had talked about the racism on both sides. He actually said the liberal was worse, because they pose yourself as a friend and get you to lower your guard. Malcolm X did a whole speech about the liberal. So I told them, I said, what I promote to black people is we be politically independent. We become policy voters, right? Policy. We don't vote party. We don't vote Democrat. We don't vote Republican. We vote party. I told them I believe in voting. I believe we should vote, locally, statewide. We should vote federal. But if they don't have nothing for us, I believe that we should sit it out if they don't have a policy that we can vote on. Now, just because you may leave the top of the ticket blank or even write your own name down doesn't mean you can't vote in your local election that really affects you more. You know what I'm saying? And so they will say, I actually agree with that. Yeah, they got some issues in this party and this and the third. I say, yeah, I know you do. I know. And I know I got some black people that got to tread through some of that. And I say, but I told them, I said, let me tell you about that Republican Party. I said, the reason why the Democrats fare better with black people than the Republican Party is because they can play the game a lot more. I said, now, when y'all decouple from that rabid white supremacist wing that's in the party, you have to decouple from them to be in the future, or y'all never win elections. I say, because this country is getting blacker, browner, yellower, redder, and whatever other color is coming through here. I said, these people is not the future. I said, all these different people that's immigrating here is not majority European. I said, so either the Republican Party, if they want to survive, either they get with the times or they going to wither on the vine. And the Democrats is going to win everything constantly because the Democrats are better at playing the game. The Democrats are better at propaganda, I told them. They're very good at it. They got Hollywood on their side. They got the music industry on their side. I said, it's just bottom line. See, y'all, when I talk to these people, I'm a realist. I understand the strength of the Democrat Party. I understand it. And I also understand the Republican Party, too. That's why I say I cannot be a part of any of it. You're not going to tie me down to no party. So if somebody say, oh, you're a Republican, you're a liar. And the truth's not in you. I'm not a Republican. And for sure, I'm not a Democrat. Do I agree with some Republican ideals? Yes, I do. But that stops when, even though I could vote for a Republican, but see, I could vote for an individual Republican. I'm not the party. So for instance, how I look at Donald Trump and how I even look at Kamala Harris, I look at them as two different individual candidates. That's how I have to look at them in an election. That's why we're looking at her policies. What policies is Kamala Harris going to put? If Kamala Harris come up and say, hey, if they put reparations in the form of cash payments on my desk as president, I'll sign it. And if the Democrat Party came out and said, yes, in all 50 states, we're pushing that we're running reparations on the state level and reparations on the federal level, then I say, okay, now you're talking, Kamala. Okay, now let's see what else you're talking about now. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a policy of the whole Democrat Party. Then that's the time I'm gonna start hollering. Say, what else you got, Kamala? What you got? Because yeah, we need them reparations, but is there something else on top of that? Because cash payments is great, but we also need an anti-black hate crime bill too, Kamala. You understand? I don't have no personal beef with Kamala Harris. I don't. Do I talk about her? Yes. Because unfortunately, black people, black Americans vote Democrat. They will give her a vote and she didn't earn it. That's really what it is. They will give her votes and she didn't earn a thing, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, I'm going to talk about Kamala Harris probably every night, much as possible. Because that's where my people are at. If my people wasn't over there with Kamala like that, then now, another thing, one of the brothers as Republican. So this brother was single, and he told me that the issue he has being a black Republican, and he's in a fraternity as well, is that it's hard for him to date. And I'm like, what you mean by that it's hard for you to date? He said, look, I want a family. I want to marry a black woman. I said, okay, cool. He said he's been out on dates with black women and they get discussing politics. And he mentioned, I'm a part of the Republican Party. And he said it goes left, dates end. The black women get upset with him. And I say, what county you in? And he said, Harris. I said, yeah, Harris County is blue. You can't get no bluer than Harris County. Let me tell you something. They not regular blue. They just freaking navy blue right here on this little router I got when I was in Turkey, right? It's a hot spot. That's how blue they are. They dark blue. You can't get no bluer than Harris County. And he said that he said, I'm not for no white woman. I don't want to marry no white woman. I want to marry a black woman. He said, now, if I want a white woman, yeah, that's too easy to get. He said, especially being a black man in the Republican Party, please, they coming at you. He said, but I don't want no white woman. He said, I want a black woman. I said, man, it's like that? He's like, yeah. I'm like, wow. I mean, they are that serious about the Democrat Party. It's a deal breaker in relationships for them. Like, you got to be a Democrat. And if you're not a Democrat, forget you. Man, that's just interesting. That is so interesting. Well, not to say he will. But what if he got to a point he just conceded one day? Because they got some black women that are Republicans. So he's a guy to just move around. He'll find that. Trust me, there are black women who are definitely Republicans. But I'm just saying, this is what we're doing now. Well, we just dismissing people based off of the Democrat Party. Okay. But ladies and gentlemen, if people question the Democrat Party, they're not sellouts. They're actually thinking. If they say, you know what, I'm just not feeling the Democrat Party right now. I'm not feeling them. I don't feel a place. Instead of you saying, hey, going back to the party and say, hey, we have a lot of our, strongest voters saying they don't feel included in the party no more, or we're running them off. Like we gotta, you know what guy, and I don't even like this guy too much, but I got to give credit where credit is due. That James Carville guy, that guy. He had said something about the Democrat Party that made a lot of sense. He said that the Democrat Party got to get off of, well, he mentioned woke. I hate that term. I hate when they say it. But I know what he meant. Basically, they got to get off of that left-wing progressive stuff and go back to the center if they really want to start winning, like really win. And beyond which, he's right. But for them to get off of that, they got to abandon a lot of stuff. Basically, to get back in the center, they got to be more traditional family. They can't be talking about the LGBT. They can't be open borders. They can't be pushing unaliving children. They got to go back to the center and promote traditional family values. That's what he basically was saying. Because you got to think about it. There are black people that are turned off by the Democrat Party now. Black people that have voted Democrat their whole lives. And instead of people, looking into, and let me tell you, you market research or something, because I saw some market research out of India. I guess you was trying to market research me and trying to figure me out. It's not hard to figure me out. I'm pretty plain. I'm up front, okay? Very, very up front. A lot of black people are turned off by that. Beyond which, more black people are at the center. They may be center left. Now, you got some that's extremely left-wing progressive, like this hardcore AOC squad type of people, but that's not the majority of black people. A lot of black people either center left or a lot of them are center right. Sometimes they're more center right in their thinking, because a lot of black people have conservative values, but they will not join the Republican Party. I won't join the Republican Party, but my politics will be more center right. But I can go left on a few things. I can go left on, I believe in universal health care. I can go left and say, I believe in universal child care. Your Democrat Party don't even believe in that. They believe in affordable health care. They don't believe in universal. I believe in universal. I believe in, like what Bernie Sanders was talking about, Medicare for all. I believe in that. I don't think people should not be struggling to go to the freaking doctor when we spending billions of dollars on weapons, billions of dollars on Ukraine, and somebody can't go to the freaking doctor because they broke. They don't have no money. I believe in that, but yet I still have more center right. But that's why I go left on. Is maybe those couple of issues like that. So if a Democrat was extremely serious about, and the whole Democrat Party was serious about universal health care, universal child care, things like that, say, okay, I can vote for a Democrat on those issues. Because that's something that I personally believe in. That we are one of the only countries that don't have universal health care. We're so ghetto in America. Ghetto. And the ghetto-ness comes from racism. They could have had that a long time ago, but because the folks have so much anti-black racism, they'd rather die sick than see me or you get universal health care. That's how committed they are to anti-black racism. That's why the Democrats won't say we're going to pass universal health care. They're going to say affordable health care. Well, what does affordable mean? They never put a dollar amount on affordable, because what's affordable to one person may not be affordable to the next person. So what do you mean affordable? You know what's affordable to me? $5 copay. $5 prescriptions. That's affordable for everybody, I think, $5. And they're not telling me $5 copay, $5 prescription. If I go to the hospital for some reason, a $20 copay, that's affordable. But they never say what affordable is. What, affordable for Kamala? Kamala got millions of dollars. Affordable for Joe Biden? He got millions of dollars. What does affordable mean? You having rich people tell you affordable. Their level of affordable is not your level of affordable. Being working class or being lower income. They can't even relate to that. So I think that's a scam when they come to you talking about, and we want affordable health care. And they don't even live in your neighborhood. They don't even relate to you. And they can afford their doctor. Yeah, Buckhorse, they do play games. They play games with the American people on the Democrat and Republican side. Let's go on the Republican side. Some of them are hardcore against immigration, and then some of them want immigration. They just don't say it. Because in their state, especially states like what I was told the other day, Iowa, that state, they have a Republican governor up there. And I was told by somebody that had to go up there that they are flooding Iowa with a lot of migrants. And the governor wants them there for work. That's the other side of it. Because they got some Republicans that's pro-immigration, they just not going to open their mouth. Because they're benefiting off of it. This is why some Republicans don't like Trump. Not all Republicans like Trump like that. Some can't stand his guts because of that immigration issue. Don't you think it's just the Democrats that want immigration now? The Democrats are just more loud about it. There are Republicans that want it too. They may call them rhinos, but they want it too. Because we have laws on the books. You don't have to put no new laws on the books. If you really want to stop that, it's called E-Verify. If they say mandatory E-Verify, and if you got anybody in here working and they didn't go through E-Verify and you paying them, we getting them and you as a business owner. We getting both of y'all. I guarantee the first couple of business owners that get pulled into federal prison, that'll shut down overnight. Then you'll watch that immigration issue turn around, right? We already got the laws on the books. We don't need no new laws. But these same people that rail about immigration, backdoor, they benefiting off of it too. It's not just the Democrats, it's both sides. So that's why you can't bring me, I'm part of the Republican Party, and for sure I won't be part of the Democrat Party. It is wise for all black people to become politically independent. Don't let no party feel they got you. Do you realize this is the first time in a long time that both parties are bidding for our vote? Have you seen that before? They would never do this. You got the Democrats and Republicans trying to get our vote. Why? Because a lot of you came politically to the middle, or a lot of you say, I'm on the couch. Get me off of it. Now they trying. This is beautiful for Black America. Some people try to insult you. Well, how are you so important? You're only 14%, 13% of the population. That's a lie and the truth not in you, because if we were truly that small of a population, our vote would be insignificant, right? Let's think about that. It would be extremely insignificant, our vote. So no, all black people aren't counted in this country, because a lot of black people say, man, I don't fool with no census. I don't fool with no government. I don't want them counting me. I don't want the government in my business like that. What they trying to do counting me? They trying to do something to us? Nah, I'm not telling them white folk, well, I ain't writing nothing down from them people. I'm not answering the door. I'm nothing. I ain't signing nothing. So there's so many millions of black people that's not even counted in this country. They prioritize us like they'll say on paper we're a minority and the Hispanics got more of a number than us, but yet they talk to us like we are as equal to white people in majority. They won't leave us alone. It's always the black vote. What about the black vote? The black vote. What do black people think? What do black men think? Oh, what do black women think about Kamala Harris? Is what Trump said going to hurt his black votes? Like, you don't talk about the Hispanic vote, the Asian vote, the East Indian vote. Especially, look, in this election, this woman is an East Indian woman. And I have not heard them say, is she going to get all the East Indian vote? I don't even hear talk about the East Indian vote. Just black people. Attack black, shame black about this lady or whatever the case may be. Like, it's no other races in this country, just white people and us. Like, look, other groups of people that could be listening. Shouldn't you be saying something? Like, you matter too, right? Not just black people. I would want them to come talk to y'all. Can they leave us alone for the next 90 days? If they say Latinos is more people in this country, then can they go try to get the Latino vote? Or the Asian vote? Can we be left alone just for 90 more days? I mean, I think they focus on us too much. Yeah, I believe that big IMY, I believe that 20 to 25%. I'm leaning on 25 to 30% personally. We've been here too long. Listen, yes, I know a lot of our babies have been unalived, but doggone it, they making a lot of them. Pookie by itself, he making 7, 8 of them on his own. Please. And they ain't stopping no time soon. Yeah, just leave us alone for 90 days. Leave us alone. Jesus Lord. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. It's very important. Make sure you click the like button. That like button helps us spread in the algorithm and all of that. I appreciate everyone who has joined us and all the new members. Shout out to you for joining us tonight. Members only chat will be instituted from now on. If you like to chat, then you're welcome to come in. And listen, y'all, haven't y'all noticed we didn't have not a single shield. Isn't that beautiful? We can actually have a conversation without the shields. Now they're gonna come in after the fact. We don't matter. This is cool. Make sure about the Ethiopia trip. We're down to 5 spots left on the Ethiopia trip. We started off with 25. Now we're down to 5. We're cutting it down. So if you're interested in going to Ethiopia with the group, make sure you go to AfricanDiasporaNews.org/Ethiopia. We'll put the pinned comment after the fact if you're interested. That way you can see the itinerary. You can pay your deposit and make your payments all the way up. Take your friends, take your family. 5 spots, that's really one family. So if you're interested in going, you and your spouse or whoever, jump on it ASAP. There's only 5 spots left. Jump on it now. Also, download the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Once you do that, hit create account, and then you can get either monthly, quarterly, or yearly subscription. That'll be greatly appreciated. You supporting our show. All proceeds go to the show, and that way we could help pay payroll and software and taxes and all kind of things that we have to pay, right? So thank you very much for supporting us. And as we slowly trying to grow that, and also trying to grow more shows, and hopefully we can bring in, as things turn around, more help, more. It's a whole lot of people that I would like to bring in, but we got to have people, have money to pay them, right? So we appreciate all the support on the app. But thank y'all for listening. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you go to the Phillip Scott podcast. We'll be talking about some things over there tonight. Also, our other channel, The Black Congregation. We're doing news stories over there all the time now. I do it so many a week. Sister Demetra is now over there doing some, so go check it out over there. And also Sister Alexandria. Alexandria Nelson is over there, so you can go check out the Black Congregation. Or if you're not into politics at all, you want to hear anything like that, you want entertainment type stuff, go over to Phillip Scott Show. But we'll see you tomorrow.